Hey everyone, Andrew back again and welcome to another video, and today I'm here to wrap up my top 50 horror movies of all time list by showing you guys my top 10 horror movies. So this has been the list that I've been most excited to share with you guys since I started the series. But before I get into the final 10, I'm wanting to give a big thank you to Manny, who is the creator of this series. It's been awesome, Manny. Thank you so much for letting me know about it and inviting me to participate. There's been some other awesome YouTubers participating. It's been a lot of fun. I've really been wanting to do a top 50 movie list for a long time now, and this has motivated me to actually sit down and compile one. So yeah, it's been a ton of fun. So Manny, thanks a lot. And to everyone else that's participated, also thank you. It's been great seeing everyone else's top 50 lists as well, and there's been some big differences as well, which is good. So yeah, sad to see the series end, but it has been fun, and this is an awesome build up to October, Halloween month. So yeah, enough rambling on, let's get on to the final 10. So first up and sitting at number 10 is the original Alien movie. Now I am showing the Alien anthology, but I'm only going to be talking about the original Alien film, which is my favourite in the series, and it's my top 10 horror movie. What can I say about this sci-fi horror other than it's my favourite sci-fi horror? To me, this is the perfect sci-fi horror film for me. I love the setting in the spaceship, I love the characters. It's got a very creepy, atmospheric, isolated feel to the entire film. It's a late 70s movie and it holds up tremendously well. The special effects are amazing. The alien creature designs and the creature aliens themselves look fantastic. And it's just an absolutely amazing movie. A lot of people dub it a slasher in space, and yeah, I would agree with that. It's just phenomenal. So yeah, this one sits at 10th spot. Sitting at number 9 goes to Hatchet 2, and I've talked about this movie a lot over the years on my channel. It's an absolutely amazing modern slasher. I'm a big Hatchet fan, and this is definitely my favourite in the series. For the main fact that I love the cast in this one, it's more of an older, mature cast, which you don't really find too often in a slasher, and it works really well. I love that. Tom Holland's a big standout for me in this movie, of course the director of Child's Play. Danielle Harris is also in this one, and the kills are a lot better in this than the first movie in my opinion. Definitely my favourite kills in the series. They amped up the kills, the gore, and just the over-the-top kill style in this one. Just absolutely amazing kills. I love the swamp setting. Victor Crowley's character was brilliant in this. It's just an absolutely amazing modern slasher. So Hatchet 2 sits at number 9. Number 8 goes to My Bloody Valentine, and this is my favourite 80s standalone slasher. Big shame they didn't make this into a series, or at least have a couple of sequels to this movie, because this is absolutely brilliant. From a character standpoint, it probably has some of the best characters in slasher history. All the characters are really good in this one. I love the setting. It's set in a small mining town, and yeah, just the whole sort of backstory on Harry Warden. I love his outfit. He's dressed up in a miner's outfit with a pickaxe, and that's his weapon of choice. The body count is really high in this one, and some of the kills are absolutely fantastic. Now, if you don't own this Blu-ray release from Lionsgate, it is out of print, but if you can track it down, definitely do so, because the movie looks brilliant on Blu-ray, and the special edition is the only way to watch this movie in my opinion, because it's the only way that you can watch the movie fully uncut, because they did re-edit the deleted kill scenes back into this movie. Now you can tell because the footage or the kill scenes that they put back into the movie for the uncut version aren't as good as the rest of the movie, so you can tell. But in my opinion, for this slasher movie, watching it uncut is the only way to go. because they did cut out quite a bit. But yeah, My Bloody Valentine has always been a favourite for me, and that's why it sits at number 8. It's awesome. Sitting at number 7 goes to Trick or Treat, and this one could have easily been in my top 5 because it's absolutely amazing. So this is where the list really got tough for me, narrowing things down. But Trick or Treat, I put it at number 7. This is my favourite horror anthology of all time. To me, this is the perfect Halloween movie. It captures Halloween perfectly, in my opinion. Now, unfortunately, here in Australia, Halloween isn't really widely celebrated. Trick-or-treating's not a big thing, so this movie for me is where I get my trick-or-treating Halloween night fix from. Love all the stories. My favourite story is definitely the kids in the school bus. I love that story the most. The sort of wraparound character, I guess, the little sack boy Sam, is pretty awesome. And this is just a ton of fun. To me, this is the perfect Halloween movie. I watch it every Halloween. I normally watch it a couple of times. And yeah, it's just amazing. There is a sequel in the works, which I cannot wait for. But I'm sure most of you have seen Trick or Treat. If you have not, definitely check it out. It's absolutely incredible. And it sits at 7th spot. Next up, at number 6, goes to Maniac. This is the remake with Elijah Wood. And this is another one that could have easily gone in my top 5. This is not only my favourite remake of all time, but it is my favourite modern slasher. I just think it's absolutely amazing. Now, I am a big fan of the original Maniac movie from the 80s with Joe Spinell, but this one beats it out. Now, when I first heard about this movie and I heard that Elijah Wood was playing the character of Frank, the main character in Maniac, I was a little bit uncertain. Don't get me wrong, I think Elijah Wood's an amazing actor. He's one of the most versatile and talented actors out there, but I just wasn't really too sure if he could pull off the role. But boy, was I wrong. He was absolutely amazing. To me, this is the perfect slasher film. I cannot fault it. It's a great homage to the original. Elijah Wood was absolutely amazing as Frank. The kills are really in your face. It's very gory. It's a very violent and brutal movie. The soundtrack is absolutely amazing. One of my favourite scores in a horror movie. And I love the way the movie was shot. It's shot POV style, and it definitely helps out when it comes to the kills. The kills are more in your face, and yeah, it's just a great camera technique, and it works really well in this movie. I could go on and on about how much I love the Maniac remake, but I won't. But yeah, it's absolutely incredible, and it blew me away. So Maniac sits at number 6. And sitting at number 5 goes to Day of the Dead, and this is another one that I could go on and on about, but I've mentioned it several times, and I'm sure most of you are familiar that this is my favourite zombie film of all time. I just think it's absolutely amazing. It's also got my favourite gore effects of all time. Tom Savini, absolutely amazing gore special effects artist, and he did a great job with the effects in this film. The cover you are looking at is my favourite cover art that I own. I own a few different releases of this film, and this is just one of the gore scenes from the movie, which is absolutely brilliant. I love Bub. Bub is my favourite zombie, and I really love the scientist in this movie who was experimenting on the zombies and working with Bub. I love the underground setting in this movie. The characters are really, really good, and yeah, it's just a perfect zombie film. So Day of the Dead sits at number 5. Sitting at number 4 goes to Peter Jackson's Bad Taste, and I've mentioned this movie several times as well. I absolutely love this movie. It's my favourite Peter Jackson film, and in my opinion, still his best work. Yes, I hands down prefer this over the Lord of the Rings and Hobbit films. This was his very first feature movie, and he did an amazing job. I'm not going to go too much into the backstory on this film, but this movie is amazing. It's about a group of four ragtag men who come together. The government basically put the group together to stop alien invasion. A whole lot of aliens have come down from outer space to kill off all the humans and turn them into hamburger meat for their intergalactic hamburger chain. It's absolutely crazy story, super fun, really gory, just a really, really good splatter comedy. Lord Crumb, who's there on the cover, he's the main alien. Really awesome effects in this movie, especially for the low budget that this movie was. And yeah, what can I say? I'm kind of rambling a bit here, but Bad Taste is absolutely brilliant. It's just homegrown splatter comedy from New Zealand at its best. So yeah, I absolutely love this movie. I always have, and I really wish that this would get a Blu-ray release. There's been discussions that Peter Jackson has planned to put this one out onto Blu-ray once he's done with the Hobbit movies. So hopefully it's soon, because Bad Taste is a movie that deserves a Blu-ray release, and it's my most wanted Blu-ray, or my most wanted horror movie to come to Blu-ray at the moment. So absolutely love this movie. If you have not seen it, do yourself a favour and check it out. It's amazing. So Bad Taste sits at number 4. Sitting at number 3 goes to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and this is a pure classic, and in my opinion this is the closest you're going to get to true horror when it comes to a horror film. This one is absolutely amazing. It's my favourite Tobe Hooper film, and just it's done so much for the genre. It's been really influential on the horror genre, especially when it comes to slasher films. Probably my favourite thing about this movie, and what it does extremely well, is it's kind of deceptive in a way, because after watching it you feel like you've seen a pretty gory movie, but really you haven't, because there's pretty much no blood or gore in this movie whatsoever. So I love it for that fact. It doesn't rely on gore to be extremely effective. Leatherface is an absolutely brilliant character, very iconic to the genre, so I absolutely love Leatherface. It's really gritty and grimy, and yeah, it's just absolutely amazing. So Texas Chainsaw Massacre, not much more I can say about this classic, and it sits at number 3. Sitting at number 2 goes to Child's Play 2, and I'm an absolutely massive fan of Chucky, and this is my favourite in the series. This has always been a top 5 contender because it was one of the very first horror movies that I ever saw, period. I can remember back when I was about 9 or 10, renting out the Child's Play movies for the first time and having an absolute blast with them. So Child's Play 2, my favourite in the series. Chucky is a awesome character in my opinion. The kills are amped up in this one. This has got a lot more slasher elements than the original film. A lot better kills in my opinion, and that ending in the toy factory is just absolutely awesome. So yeah, always been a massive Child's Play and Chucky fan, and Child's Play 2 is well worth my second place spot. Absolutely love it, and I absolutely love that artwork. I'd love to get a poster of that artwork, one of my favourite horror artworks of all time. But anyway, Child's Play 2 sits at number 2. And sitting at number 1, my all-time favourite horror movie of all time has to go to Paranormal Activity. This movie is absolutely amazing. I'm just kidding, it's a fucking piece of shit. Halloween sits at number 1. You guys already knew that before I even started this series. It is my favourite horror movie of all time, and it always will be. No other movie will ever beat this out for me. I have nothing to say about this movie. You guys already know my opinions on it. A lot of my channel is dedicated not only to this movie, but the Halloween legacy and franchise in general. It's just such an amazing franchise. It's done so much for the genre, and horror would not be what it is to me without this franchise, and especially this original John Carpenter's Halloween movie. Thank you, John Carpenter, for creating what, in my opinion, is an absolute masterpiece and the best horror movie ever made. So Halloween easily sits at number 1. Alright, so that wraps up my top 50 horror movies of all time list with my top 10. I've had a great time doing this series, so once again, Manny, thank you so much for setting this up and inviting me to participate. It's been absolutely fantastic. Sad to see this series end, but I've had a great time doing it. And I just want to thank all my viewers and subscribers for your great feedback and support throughout this series. It definitely has meant a lot to me, and I've also gained a few new subscribers and found out about some new channels, which has been absolutely awesome. So thanks a lot for that, and I hope you guys not only have enjoyed my top 10 but the series in general, and thanks a lot for watching.